Today we're going to talk about applications of trig, and we've talked about it in before. But today we're going to really focus on how do we find missing sides and angles in the real world. Okay, so let's look first here at number 1, and we have a park ranger here. And at first, they're going to go 2 miles south at an angle of 12 degrees. The question is, how far west did they travel? So west is this top of the triangle here. So how can we figure this out? We have a missing side, we know a side, and we know an angle. So we're going to use trig. So you know the angle is 12 degrees. We know that the opposite side to the 12 is the 2. And the adjacent side is the x. So what is opposite over adjacent? Is the tangent. So now let's find the tangent of 12 degrees. And that becomes 0.122. So that's going to round to 0.21, equals 2 over x. So I'm going to set this up as 2 equal fractions. The division, I'm going to cross multiply. X times 0.21 equals 2 times 1, which is 2. So how do you get rid of the multiplication? You're going to divide the 2 by the 0.21. So 2 divided by 0.21 is 9.52. And we have units here, so this is going to be in miles. Okay? Sometimes they don't give us pictures. So they say Tammy is 20 feet away from a tree. So let's draw a tree here. And here's Tammy. Beautiful artwork, huh? We know the distance between her and the tree is 20 feet. She looks up and finds the angle of elevation. Well, what is an angle of elevation? It's the angle that's formed when you look up at an object. You elevate your eyes. So it's always at the bottom of a right triangle. So this 70 degrees is at the bottom right here. And we're trying to figure out the height of this tree. So I'm going to simplify this picture right here to make it a little easier. This is 20, 70, and this is x. So we know the angle is 70. We know that the opposite is the x, and the adjacent is the 20. So this is the tangent. So we're going to go 70 tangent, which is 2.747. It's going to run it to 2.75 equals x over 20. So we're going to cross multiply again. X times 1 is x. This is 20 times 2.75. So 2.75 times 20 is 55. And we're in feet. This is 55 feet is the height of that tree there. Okay? So now we have Jerome flying a kite. The kite is attached to a 100-foot string. So here's Jerome. Here's his kite up here. This string right here is 100 feet. Oh, and that should be 45 there. And so that's the height of this. So this height is 45. And we're trying to find the measure of the angle by the string, which is right here, and the ground, which is right here. So this is our x. So we don't know the angle now. We do know that the opposite to the x is 45, and that the hypotenuse is 100. So what is opposite over hypotenuse? Well, that's the sine. Now this time, because I'm trying to find a missing angle, do I use regular sine or inverse? So I'm going to use the inverse sine for both sides. So I'm going to do 45 divided by 100 and get the decimal first, which is 0.45. So I'm going to find the inverse sine of 0.45 to get me my x. So now I'm going to do second sine here. And so the angle is 26.743. That's going to round to 26.74 degrees there. Okay. So now we have a factory conveyor has an angle of depression of 18 degrees. Remember, an angle of depression is always at the top of our triangle. So this is 18. And a drop of 10 feet. So that is this 10 right here, and that's in feet. How long is the conveyor? Remember, conveyors are at the bottom, so this is my x. So now we have, again, the x is opposite the 18 degrees. And then the adjacent is 10. So what gets me opposite over adjacent is the tangent. Now, because I have the angle, I'm just going to use regular old tangent. So 18 tangent. Make sure there's no -1. Is 0.324. So it's 0.32 equals x over 10. I'm going to cross multiply 1 times x and 10 times 0.32. So 0.32 times 10 is 3.2, and we're in feet here. And that's application.